Let's create a simple user interface in HTML and JavaScript. And I'm going to start by launching PHPStorm. So that's under JetBrains, PHPStorm, and I have 10.0.2 installed here. So this is our development environment. I'm going to create a new project and I'm going to give it a reasonable name. So I already have a CIS234A folder under my htdocs folder. And I'm going to go ahead and create this project called Hello. And it's an empty project. Close the tip of the day. So it has no files in it to start. And I'm also going to want to have a web server running. So I've already installed ZAMP. I'm going to go ahead and open File Explorer and navigate to C ZAMP. And then under ZAMP, you'll see ZAMP Control, which may be OS X Manager if you're on the Macintosh. And I'm going to launch that. And I'm going to start Apache. And I'm also going to start MySQL. And they've both started and are currently running on the right ports. If it doesn't start up and you don't have it running already, then go ahead and look at netstat, and that will show you what's running on port 80. HTTPD is Apache, so that's okay. And 443 is HTTPD, which is Apache, which is okay. So this may give you some indication of what's already running that has these ports bound. And let me know if you have trouble getting it started. So now Apache and MySQL are running. I'm going to hit this quit button to dismiss ZAMP control. And then in a web browser, I'm going to go to localhost. And that's just to verify that everything is running correctly. So it's showing me that Apache's running, and if I want info about PHP, I can get that from PHP info. So now we're good to start working on our project. So I'm going to right-click on the Hello folder and create a new PHP file. And I'm going to give this a reasonable name. So this is just a demo, so I'm going to call it hello.php. And it starts with a PHP island. I'm going to start by closing that off. And then I'm going to use a built-in feature of PHPStorm. I'm going to type HTML:5 and then hit tab. And that gives me a standard HTML5 body. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep my CSS and JavaScript separate from the HTML. So in the document head, I'm going to add link rel equal style sheet, and then href equal hello.css. Close that off. And then I'm also going to add a script tag, script source equal hello.js. So there's my stub document. I'm going to right-click on my Hello folder and create a new file of style sheet called Hello. And I'm also going to right-click again and create a new file of type JavaScript called Hello. So now I have all the files for my project. Let's go ahead and start adding some content. So I'm going to add a div box, and I'm going to give it an ID, and I'm going to call it let's call it Hello Form. And then I can style the Hello Form in hello.css. So # hello form. Let's give it a width of 500 pixels and a height of 300 pixels and a border, solid black 1 pixel border. And then let's see how we're doing so far. So I'm going to go to localhost CIS234A hello.php. And there's my form box. So let's go ahead and add some content to it. Let's go ahead and add a label for name, and we'll make an input type equals text, ID equal name, there. And then we'll also add a button. And we'll call this hello button. And we'll give it a value. And let's reload. So let's go ahead and position these elements a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and let's add some styling information. So the text box and label, let's put that in a div box. Called form contents. Let's actually put the whole thing inside there and then tab that over, and we'll put a break after the name, and then I'm going to style my form contents. I'm going to make the position be relative, and we'll put the top at 100 pixels and the left at 50 pixels, just to start it out. And this hello form will make the position be absolute, so that the form contents is positioned relative to the hello form. Okay, and then we can space this out a little bit. So our hello button, let's go ahead and add margin top 20 pixels to give it a little space. And then for our form contents, let's text align center. Let's get rid of the left position and try that again. Okay, so that's good enough for now. Now I could stop right here. That's all you're required to do for the lab, is just add all of your form elements, but let's make it do something. So I'm going to add a little code, and I'm going to add some JavaScript so that when the user clicks on the submit button, it reads the value of this name field and it outputs it in a div box. So I'm going to add a div box for the result. And let's go ahead and add a div box with ID result. And I'm just going to leave this empty. And let's put some space there. and reload. So that'll move the submit button down. And then for the JavaScript, so we want to run this code when the window is loaded. So we're going to add window.addEventListener, and then a function goes in here. So this is going to be on the load event. And there's the function that gets run. And then the function we want to run is going to find our hello button, and then it's going to add an event listener to that, which is going to handle clicks. And that is also going to take a function like so. So that closes off the add event listener, that closes off the function, and then that closes off add event listener. So what do we want to do when the user clicks on the button? Well, let's get the result box. And then let's set result.innerText equal to the name box value, and then let's add hello to the front of that. So that's going to be our event listener on the hello button. And that's all going to happen when the window is loaded. So let's reload. And I'm going to type Mark and hit submit. And it says hello Mark. And that's it for our GUI mockup.